What's happening everyone, TomGorian here and welcome to episode number 10 of the F1 23 Haas to Glory Driver Career Mode series. Originally, this was supposed to be the Dutch Grand Prix, but since my file got corrupted, this is now the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Check out the previous video and also the playlist annotations at the end of the video, and make sure you subscribe for more F1 23 Career Mode content as we're nearing the end of Season 1 and we open our eyes to the reality that we could be in the fight for the Drivers' World Championship. Charles Leclerc leads the Italian Grand Prix by literally 3 points from Perez and 4 points ahead of Verstappen, and we are slowly but surely in the fight to maybe become Drivers' World Champion, and we're going to try and hope that we somehow win this championship as we head towards the final 5 or so races left of this Season 1 Career Mode series. So, let's get started. We finished, we actually won the Belgium Grand Prix in the last video, as we begin this video with a update on the powertrain morale. We get a plus 20% morale increase, which is a good sign for updates for the engine, but we're not going to touch the engine for the remainder of the season, just simply because we have the best engine and we're not going to be, well, the only track left that's really power engine wise is really Las Vegas, but we're not going to touch the engine. We have the best engine on the grid, so our focus is now going to be aerodynamics and also the chassis, because we still need to upgrade our aerodynamics and our chassis. And as you can see, there's confirmation that we have the best powertrain in Formula 1 right now. Before coming in towards Monza, it's a track that really should suit us, simply because it's the least downforce and engine power is the most important. So we're going to try and see if we can continue our form as far as, you know, podiums and wins are concerned. And because of our win at the Belgian Grand Prix, we're now literally in this championship fight, and because we've now unlocked the drag reduction for the rear rims? I think it is. Yeah, the wheel rim covers. We've now unlocked further upgrades for thin downforce and further upgrades for drag reduction. But now coming in towards, as you can see, the vehicle performance comparison, it's very, very tight between us, Aston Martin, Ferrari, and Mercedes. And now we've actually taken a step to the point where we are now the 4th best car out of the entire grid, and we've only got a couple of upgrades left. And as you can see, that's how close it is. Red Bull still have the best car, but we're slowly closing them in as we enter Monza, so things could get really feisty as we enter the last 6 races or so of this Season 1 championship. But let's get into the weekend. So let's get into this weekend. Apologies about the frame rates and the gameplay breakup. The recording wasn't really the best, so you're just going to have to deal with it, unfortunately. Let's talk about qualifying. Usually, this season we've had decent qualifying and better races, but this was really the first time where we got blown away by the AI in qualifying. And as you can see, first lap at 20.1, and we're 2 tenths down on Logan Sargent in a Williams. And as you can see, Carlos Sainz does literally an 18, and my teammate is doing, what, 18.9s as well. So I have no idea what's going on, but the AI are really unbalanced when it comes to track, and this was really the first time where the AI really seemed overpowered in qualifying.
Okay, copy that.
For this Italian Grand Prix. So this is now the final lap. We've got 19 seconds left of this qualifying session, entering 10, 1 and 2 the first chicane, and we're slightly up there, but for some reason we just get a ton of understeer in slow speed corners. I don't know if it's because of the weight, or if it's because of the chassis, or if it's because of just a lot of downforce, and literally sector up by literally just a seem to me like they're in fantastic form for this race weekend as we enter a Parabolica, and as you can see, we are now 6 temps off as we close in towards the final couple of laps. Sergio Perez 18-2 as we go into Curva Grande, and then Verstappen 18-1, and as you can see, we are 8 temps up on our lap, but it's not going to be enough, and we qualify 18th. That's a real shocking result in qualifying, considering the fact that we are competing for the World Championship, and yeah, 18th.
Let's review our top.
We are over a second behind Verstappen on 104 difficulty. That's very, very shocking to say the least. So at this moment, I'm like, you know what, fuck it. We're going to put in a new engine component for this race. We're going to start at the back anyway. So let's just put in a new engine component, a new ICE, a new MGUK, a new MGUH, a new energy store, a new control electronics, and a new gearbox. A new component for this race. And it's going to be a last to first challenge.
The third kit built anywhere on Earth. Monza has always been special. Now it's been providing motor racing memories for a century to the Italian Grand Prix. A Curva Grande, the Parabolica, names to get you excited. This is Monza, where we are full throttle for 80% of the lap. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's race. World Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris, Sainz, Magnussen, Gasly, Stroll, Albon, Fernando Alonso, Joe, Oscar Piastri, Bottas, Sargent, Tsunoda, and Thomas. And with preparations almost complete, down to the track. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me again for the Grand Prix. Let's talk about Thomas. Joined in the commentary box by Anthony Davidson, and they've got a new engine in the car. They're going to take a grid penalty as a result. It could mean a tough race.
But on the bright side, at least opponents can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromise.
Alright, so getting ready for the start of the Italian Grand Prix. If I sound bothered, Sony Vegas has crashed literally 5 times during this recording. So, yeah, I sound a little bit bothered. But yeah, start. Apologies for the noise. It's just been a nice process. We're starting live.
Strong start. They'll want to earn some value.
Probably the best place to be last, to be honest, but after qualifying, we have no choice but to try at least back here at Monza. And away we go here for the Monza Grand Prix. It's race 10 of the Haas to Glory, and it's a decent start from us as we already jump both AlphaTauris as we head towards turn 1. You want to take a very conservative approach into this first chicane as normal, but considering we're last, we have no other choice as we have a collision with Valtteri Bottas as we go around the outside, and we're already in to P18 as we enter Parabolica. And now, as we enter the second chicane, we're going to try and overtake Nick De Vries on the outside. De Vries tries to move on as well, but we get the second chicane. But how and we're into 17 as we enter the end of lap 1. And as you can see, there's a massive battle going on between Piastri, Zhou, Sargent, and who is that? That's Ocon, as we attempt to go near 3 wide between Zhou, Piastri and Ocon, and some reason we actually ghost as we enter the first chicane, and that is a position out of very alienated circumstances. So now as we enter literally lap 3, Zhou tries to fight back at us, but we actually make the move stick as we now enter the main straight. And as you can see, there's a lot of slipstream overtakes as we do a 22.9 as we overtake Alonso and Alex Albon, and we're now into P11 in this race. I'm sorry about the quality. This video has gone to absolute shambles, but I'm going to try and do my best to save this video if I can. So, exiting the final corner, and we do have the DRS, and we're going to overtake Lance Stroll, and that is P10. And we are now in the points on our new engine. And as you can see, look at this absolute train of cars leading from Pierre Gasly all the way to, I think that's Sergio Perez in second. I'm not really sure, but Max, for some reason, Verstappen is already massively ahead, just like he is in real life. So F123 is kind of realistic in that way, as we go down the inside of Pierre Gasly for P9 in this race, and we're now back into the points after 4 laps of racing. So, coming in towards the end of Parabolica on the beginning of lap 5, and we're going to use Magnussen's slipstream to overtake him and also Carlos Sainz. And now we're into P7 in this race, so the overtaking is not over quite yet, as Leclerc is battling with Norris and also Piastri and also Perez and Hamilton as well. There's a lot of fights going on in the front of the field as we literally begin lap number 6. So we're all over Lewis Hamilton as we enter Parabolica, and is it Parabolica? I you know what, I have no idea anymore about this video as we do a double overtake on Hamilton and Charles Leclerc as we enter now Leclerc getting us back with, well, not even with DRS, but we're going to slip him behind simply because we have slipstream, and we're going to get DRS on Leclerc, who is trying to get DRS from Perez, but he doesn't get DRS as there's a yellow flag in this race, and that is George Russell. Russell is out of the Italian Grand Prix as we do another double overtake on, this time, Perez and Lando Norris, and that puts us into second place in this race. And as you can see, here's a replay of it once again, and Russell's engine just dies on him for some weird reason, and yeah, not a good day for the Mercedes team. And as you can see, because of Perez, because of the waved yellows, Perez had to go extremely slowly with Norris, and he's just lost an extra position to us, and he's going to get the position back. But you'll notice something. So Perez is now into second place, and we kind of forced him outside the white line as we enter turn 1. But as he comes out to turn 2, Perez is going to get a 5-second time penalty right now, and there it is. Perez has a 5-second time penalty for not giving us the track position back, just simply because we forced him over the white line, and that is deemed as a illegal overtake. And the funny thing is, I actually see that as a real life rule where you can't cross that white line on the right side of the start-finish straight. That's kind of funny. So we overtake Sergio Perez on the outside of the second chicane. And yeah, speaking of the second chicane, you actually can't abuse that apex anymore like you could do on the previous games. So that's very interesting, as Verstappen comes in on the end of lap 11 to fit on the medium tyres. So Verstappen is literally doing softs to mediums, while we're doing the opposite to Verstappen. We're going mediums to softs in this race. So as you can see, Gasly's been overtaken by Verstappen in this race. But as you can see, there's yellow flag, and is that Perez? It's not Perez. It must be Verstappen. It is Verstappen. Verstappen has went wide on Parabolica. No, it's Ascari. He's went wide on Ascari and he's had to slow down for a couple of the cars in Gasly as well. And Verstappen could lose the lead of this race. That's a mad mistake for both Gasly and also Verstappen. He's just went completely wide. And because of this, we've now decided to react on the end of lap number 16 of the Italian Grand Prix. But unfortunately for us, Verstappen is now, he's really caught us. So, entering the box, 2.4 second estimated stop time, and it's 3 lap time. So we've literally gained a 10 in this stop. But with the box, you can check Norris and they've jumped us. So now we have to fight back in this race in Leclerc. And also Lando Norris as we overtake Leclerc in the first chicane, and now we're going to try and do our best to overtake Lando Norris in towards the second chicane. And we have so much straight line speed, not because of our setup, but simply because of our engine power. And I feel like Lewis Hamilton in, Brazil? Lewis Hamilton in Brazil 2021, where he took all those, penalties, and he started last, and he went on, when he went on to win in Brazil. So, speaking of Hamilton, there is Hamilton battling away with Carlos Sainz, and they're going to go side by side, and it's a formality at this point. And now, because of that, we're on fresh tyres, fresh engine, fresh car, and we now have second place in this race. As we enter the first chicane, we go slightly wide, but that position is ours. And now the gap between us and Verstappen is close to, 4 seconds now? But speaking of the car actually didn't feel that bad. But just the problem with this car now is just handling. I think it's just a lack of front downforce and just maybe more weight redistribution. Because we have so much understeer in slow speed corners. But coming through Parabolica, it's Ascari. It's the Ascari chicane. But coming through Ascari, we're going to come home in second place as Max Verstappen again, just like in real life, wins a Grand Prix, but this time he wins the Italian Grand Prix, and hopefully he doesn't win in real life. But we're going to come home in P number 2. Second podium. It's not really a second podium, it's a second place podium, but it's a podium at Monza.
Here we are then, it's a thoroughly deserved win here in Italy after the Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track tempo suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. So comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. It's been a huge push from them lately, competitive with the other teams, and they're themselves.
So, Max Verstappen takes a predictable victory here at the Italian Grand Prix, just like in real life. Verstappen dominates the field. He literally runs away from everyone else and takes an easy victory here at Monza. Hopefully it's not like that in a real life race in a couple of months time, but Verstappen has now asserted himself into the championship lead, and we have came back through the field from last to second place. So you know what, I'll take that for this race. Again, apologies about random noises that you've heard today, maybe, but yeah, Sony Vegas just didn't want to work. And but if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button. As you can see, we're 25 points behind Verstappen in the Drivers' Championship with 5 races to go. But yeah, that's that for this episode of the Haas to Glory. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more F123 driver career mode content and more gameplay in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video in a bit.